Hi everyone, this is Love Crafty Girl. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing the calendar divider for October. Lovely Planner came out with a really cute one this month, and here it is. I love this. It's so cute. And we get 2 paper clips, which I'm excited about too. So continue watching and see how I put this one together. Now that I cut out the 2 pieces of the cup, I'm going to go ahead and grab my glue stick, put glue on one of the cups, and then I'll place them together. And then I'll go around all the edges, making sure they're stuck together with a little bit of glue before I go on to the next step, because I don't want any glitter or sequins to go inside the cup if there's any openings. Now I'm going to go ahead and work on the paper clip toppers, and I'm going to first glue the 2 pumpkins together, making sure I leave the bottom part area open so I can put the paper clip through there, as well with the donut one too. Now that I'm done gluing the pieces together, I'm going to go ahead and start off with the cup. I'm going to place it into the page protector. I'm going to first start off by doing the corner here using my ruler and the fuse tool. Now I've had it on for over half an hour, making sure it's really hot. That way when I fuse it, I have a better outcome of it being fused by the only one time I use it, because lately I've had to do it a couple of times because it doesn't seem to fuse well. Of course, I'm thinking it could be the page protector itself, but I don't know. Until I try out different page protectors, I will know what the problem is here. So after that, I'm going to go ahead and chop off the top part here. That way I have some space. I'm going to go ahead and get my bone tool, check the edge here, making sure it's sealed tightly before I move on and seal the other side of this cup. I'm going to go ahead and do that now, getting of course my ruler and doing that, making sure it's a little snug. There's no room for it to move around. I don't like things moving around as much. I don't mind whatever I put inside, whether it's glitter or sequences. I don't mind it to move around, but the cup or any image inside of it, I want it to stay still. So I'm going to go ahead and do this once on the front, once in the back. I always do that just because I feel like that's a guarantee of a seal. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to go ahead and trim off the edges of both sides. Then I'm going to go ahead and use orange sequences and place some of that inside before I seal the top. Now that I'm done with the calendar, I'm going to go ahead and now work with the pumpkin and donut for the paper clip. So I'm going to try something new in this one. I actually got these metal circles and I wanted to try and see if this will be a lot easier to make the paper clip fuse together. Before I would just go around the actual image, but I noticed that I was having a lot of difficulty having the two edges fused together with the fuse tool. I was always having like openings happen, and then the glitter or sequence comes out. So I decided to try it out using these circles. So it's a metal circle, and I just taped it onto the protector sheet. The only thing is you have to be very careful because if you ever do decide to use this, the actual image inside will move around because it's not like stuck to anything. So I have to be very careful making sure that I don't move anything. And then for the fuse tool, as you can see, I actually just I did it twice, and I know it's ready when it pops out, and I know that it's also sealed really well, and that's what I was looking for, making sure it's sealed really well. And then for this donut one, if you notice with the pumpkin, I was using the outer edge of the circle, and with the donut I'm using the inside. The donut's actually a lot smaller than the pumpkin, and it fit perfectly well inside that circle. But I am making my note to myself that for next month for the new paper clips, I'm gonna make sure I go a tiny bit smaller. That way they fit perfectly well with this circle, just because the next circle up is bigger and the next circle down is a lot smaller. So these actual shapes are right in between that. So I figured that I'll do that for next time. Now I'm going to go ahead and use my glue gun, but before I put that together, I'm going to go ahead and put in my glitter. Now I'm using actual sequins, and with this I was going to use the actual jar and just pour it in, but sometimes when I do that, not only is it too much going in, but I also tend to have a big mess on my table, and I decided to go ahead and just pour some out on the table here and use my finger where it's stuck to my finger, and I just pour it into the sides, and that way I can control how much I want inside each side of the paper clip, and it's ready to go. Now that I'm ready to go, with the next step is putting my paper clip in, but I like to do this part where I put one in to sort of stretch the opening up, so when I put in the one with the glue, it's actually nicely open, and it's easy for me to put in the paper clip with the glue on it where it doesn't touch the edges, and then it's just easy to just go ahead and seal that right here. As you can see, I'll seal that. But it says the circle that I made for this is a bit big. You notice it kind of moves around a lot. I want to make sure that where I put the glue, the paper clip part is also touching the plastic, and when I put the glue, it sticks both together. That way it doesn't move around, and it'll be ready to go. Now I'm going to go ahead and decorate the edges of both paper clips using this black paint. I was hoping for orange, but I don't have any, so I have to make sure that when I go to the store I pick up some orange. paint. So I'm going to go ahead and use this all around the rim of both paper clips. Now the paper that you see here on the side is for me to use in case I feel like there's something stuck as I'm pushing out the paint. If I need to do like a big bit of a squirt, I have this paper to sort of do that with, because I've done it before onto the craft and it actually squirts all over the place, where it makes a mess not only on my project but also on myself, and then I have to stop and then clean everything up before I can continue, and it's just a waste of time as well. So I'm gonna keep this little paper here, even though I don't use it for this time around, but I've learned my lesson from before that I have had those moments where I need to do a bit of an extra push just to make sure that whatever's stuck comes out on paper and not on my craft. But once I'm done doing both of these paper clips, I'm going to go ahead and leave those out to dry for at least an hour before I can go ahead and put it into my planner. So here's the final look to putting together the calendar divider with paper clips, and I think it came out really nice. I love this. So nice and so pretty. Look at that. And this new method of using the silver circle, that metal circle that I used, I think it was a really good idea. So I'm definitely going to use it again for my next one. I'm going to see, making sure that I make whatever size or whatever image we're going to have for paper clips, making sure it's small enough to fit into that circle, either inside or outside the circle. But I love this. This came out really nice. It was actually a lot quicker. I actually did notice the difference between using the metal circle and just using it freehand. With freehand, the problem that I was having is that I was going a little too deep in some areas, and then some areas not deep enough, so certain areas would be sealed and some other areas wouldn't. But with this metal one, it was easy. I just did it twice around really, and it was sealed shut, and I was like really happy about that. So totally loving this. I love this. I hope you guys did too. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.